Let's see. Is it? Live. The internet can totally see me now. To stop. Use my encoder. Okay. Hello, everybody. Uh-oh, that's my ceiling. Oh, hi. How's it going, everyone? Oh, this is gonna get weird. Better turn the audio down. It's strange to see myself over there. Hey, alright. Let's talk typography. Let me get my hat on. Okay. Let's get into it. Get my typography hat on. Okay, there's no point in me listening to the audio. You guys can't talk back to me, that's right. Can you hear me though? Let's see, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? How's that? Is that doing better? Anybody hear me? So, I got some cool books in my office today. This one. Hey, how's it going, viewer? Is that me? Am I the one viewer? Get a little bit of coffee here. This book is the best book on lettering that I've ever found. I got it like 5-6 years ago. It's awesome. Logo, Font, and Lettering Bible by Leslie Cabarga. This stuff, I mean, it's just filled with, sorry. Got a wobbly table here a bit. Son of a bitch. Alright, so let's see. This thing, yeah, it is awesome. First section is like kind of some history. Got some examples, some logo types. What is wrong with these logos? Oh, how awesome is that? I mean, showing you bad examples, learning from that, that's so cool. It's a great way to learn. Goes through some classic logos and history and stuff. Let's see. Moves through the timeline a little bit into 3D type and stuff. Some like really ornate kind of things. Stuff like that I find really interesting because this is like, I mean, today you would say it's dated, right? But it's just a very specific style. And if you're hand lettering, that can look really awesome. So like, let's talk about that. What is it? What's going on here? It's really sharp. It's really exaggerated. In terms of the direction of the lines, the stroke thickness. Look how thin it is towards the edges, like of the C. And then as it gets over here, it gets fatter, and then really thin again as it goes back in. Same with the O. Super fat in the middle, and then up at the top and bottom. The V itself, look how narrow that is. Like if you're looking at the aspect ratio of that, it's like super tall and narrow. It's like a skyscraper. The L's, I mean, that's the kind of stuff you'll see in tons of lettering. It's that concept happens to be pushed and pulled like really extremely here. It's exaggerated like really, really far. But then if you look at something like the Treats one over here, it's the same idea, just not as drastic. Like the strokes are kind of angled, it's a little bit misshapen, and what feeling does that have instead? Like a more playful, friendly, kid-like kind of approach. I really like that type. That's awesome. That's really nice. So Look, I'm only on page 30 of this book, and there's so many more. It's like just filled with this stuff. Some really cool stuff, like those, like, I mean, you jump around from that kind of thing to these kinds of like ornamental drop cap letters. That's dope. It's like a family crest. Alright, what else we got in here? Alright, so then there's some other examples of that. Some more specific people and their work. Some typographers. This one's kind of cool because it shows the illustration, the final, up here, and then the sketches as well as the thumbnails. You see that whole process. That's when you, that's when it really works. That's when you learn a lot. Okay, then they get into, look at that, some variations. That's kind of cool too, to see different ways of treating the same thing. And you can see how this here is a good example of starting with sort of a basic thing, basic form, and then how you can just kind of add extra style to it. That's nice too. Look at that like scripty kind of thing. If you're into calligraphy, there's a few things in here for that type of thing too, and more brush style. Look at those are really cool, those brush fonts. Listen to me. Not even using the correct terminology. Typeface, I meant. You guys hear me? This is, thanks for everybody. Thanks for coming, everybody. This is Logo Font and Lettering Bible by Leslie Cabarga. I think I have a link to it somewhere. Maybe I haven't posted that video. I did like a review of a bunch of books, but I thought I'd just walk through this on this live stream. Kind of testing out the live stream thing. You guys dig it? This is cool. Bunch of different logo layouts. Just kind of thumbnail. Nice if you're just looking for quick inspiration. So this book really has everything. Just inspiration, history, type styles by category. That's nice too. Like when you're just wanting to avoid a computer, and if you're hand lettering, that might be the case. So that's awesome. Let's see. Then they get into a little bit more of the like mechanics and. Well, this is like the history of machinery, I guess, to create type, letter presses and stuff. I think it even gets into like some Arabic style fonts, calligraphy, other handwritten things. Like here's something that I kind of thought about. Like those letters aren't all that crazy interesting or special. It just kind of has a unique texture. So it's like sometimes that might be an answer to coming up with something unique. Just using a different material to use a different material to try and make your letters. So let's say you go out and get some lipstick maybe. No matter what your letter forms look like, they're going to look pretty interesting just because of that material itself. So that's a cool way to try and spice things up a little bit. There's a little bit about graffiti, like hand styles in here. Any of you guys into that? That's a really good way to learn about lettering. Graffiti artists love type. They love letters. That's what the whole thing is. So don't, if you're like a crafting mom or one of those Stampin' Up people or something, don't look down on the graffiti people. Graffiti people, don't look down on those aunts and crafters and ladies in Michael's art store. You know, everybody's got the same intention. They just want to make cool stuff, right? They just want to enjoy the experience of making letters. It's fun all on its own. Hey, there's what I was kind of talking about with the lipstick. Son of a bitch. That wasn't all that unique. Wow. Waiting on something to export here. It's taking a long time. 3 more minutes. I'm going to have to pause for a second. Let's see. Is anybody in here? Is anybody in here? Let's see. Let's add a card. Unique. Create. Oh. Okay, let's see. Link to the book. Logo. Bible. Cabarga. All right. Hi. All right. You guys want to talk about some actual letters? I was thinking the dry erase board would work well. Gotta give it a little clean. How are we all doing today? Please write me in the comments section. Would love to chat with you. Boom. All right. Let's see. Okay. So, let's talk about. You guys want to talk about serif types? Let's talk about serif types. You know what a serif is? So there's like, let's say you have an R. There's 2 R's. This one, see there's no, these little tails here? Those are called serifs. See? Serif. Not sheriff. I shot the serif, but I did not shoot no dead beauty. Okay, that was bad. Okay, so serif. Call this. Here, let me do this the right way. Sans. Okay, there we go. Get it? Serif, sans serif. Sans meaning no, so no serif. That means any kind of clean. It's Arial, Helvetica, Gotham. Everybody's favorite font stays. Okay, serif is going to be like Times, Garamond, Ubadoni. Okay. Okay, so that's a bit, you got that. If you're talking about serifs, this is weird having my face cut off like that. Alright. So if we're talking about serifs, there's different kinds of serifs. Let me draw another R bigger. Okay. Let's see. Do I have another color here that I can use? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, the idea, you have different kinds of serifs. There's what's called a slab serif. That just means that it's a straight bar or a slab going straight across. Sometimes if you have a really thick slab, so let's say this were like way up here, and then that would be way down there like that. We call that an Egyptian slab serif. So that just means it's much thicker. Something like Rockwell maybe. It's more the thicker kind of serif. Then you have a Roman serif, which adds a little curve into transitioning from the form into the serif. So can you see that? So instead of that, you get this extra little kind of curved transition. That's a Roman serif. So that means like Times New Roman. That's where that comes from. Am I missing any? That's pretty much the gist of it. Like, there's some other variations that you can come up with on your own, like in Circus Type, they'll kind of add these tails to the serifs instead. So if you were to do that there, it kind of has a different look using that. So that you can play with those. You could take your regular slab and kind of maybe have it concave like that. You could have it kind of be more convex and rounded. If you have it rounded, it kind of gives it more like a Comic Sans-y kind of feel. Hi. Thanks for coming, new viewer. Talking about serifs today. I shot the serif. Let's see. So, that's basically the main idea of serifs. Everything's kind of based off of these. Certain Roman ones will have maybe more exaggerated curves where it goes like that. Some might kind of curve a little more gradually. Some might... Thanks, Julian. That's nice of you. And make them real long. Hey, fuck you. Hey, fuck you. I got nothing better to do. Let's see how that's going. That changes it up a little bit. So when you add these into your different letter form shapes, you got a pretty wide palette to work with very easily. So it looks like my export all finished, so I'm gonna get out of here. Not because of you, Julian Martin. I don't give a flying fuck about you. I have other stuff to do, actually, and I was going anyway. But have a nice day anyway. Thanks to all the other people who came to visit. I'll see you next time.